Hi, everyone. My name is Joshua Pheqes Quest, and thank you for joining me for another edition of the ULaw Weekly. And this is where we just go over, what's happening in the ULaw. I mean, it's right in the title, ULaw Weekly. I'm going to go ahead and start with the previous week. We do this every Sunday at about this time, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. But last week, touched on a few things. Just the first round playoff standings. Quite a bit happened since then. We talked about the Big Ten standings, which I will touch on slightly here. I won't get too in depth in the Big Ten series. My guest today was supposed to be 1D. He's at PAX right now. I haven't gotten a response from him. We'll get to that in a moment, but I probably won't get too far into the Big Ten standings right now. Besides the one piece of info that I do remember from last week, and that does involve Michigan. Did talk about postseason advancement. I went over how post regionals are going to work out, how the Big Ten fits into all that. Go check that out. You can also go check out Riot's website. Of course, they do have all of that information on their website. Talked about Young Ben and talked about Young Ben and UC Irvine. He did go over to Team Liquid. It didn't last too long, and I'll actually touch on that in the topic later on as well. We're going to, I think we also actually had an interview with Jonathan Hollywood Song from Columbia College last week. Go check that out. Nice guy. Nice and great team. They actually just won their game yesterday. And again, we'll go over that in just a moment. But we have to get there, and I think we're actually going to transition to that right now because going to talk about the ULaw standings. There's been a couple upsets. And a couple, I say a couple because there's actually truly one upset, but a couple as in some teams lost that, wasn't expected to lose, which, that doesn't really happen too often. We'll get into that in just a moment. But we're going to talk about the South first. Should have a graphic up on the screen as we actually go right into the upset. Number one seed in the South, University of Texas San Antonio versus Georgia. Number one seed versus the number 8 seed, and the number 8 seed won. Georgia eliminated the number one seed in the South Division, and University of Texas San Antonio, they are out. Georgia toppled that monster. So that completely blows the South wide open. Texas A&M, of course, is still in the running here, and they honestly, with Georgia actually beating San Antonio, I would say that Texas A&M would be the next best college to say that who would win the South. But again, it's completely up in the air because Georgia, they beat the number one seed, so it's really hard to tell who's going to win in the southern region here. George Mason did beat University of Texas Austin. I believe Texas A&M beat Virginia, and Georgia State, I actually don't remember who won that one, but that will be posted on our website. Go check out our brackets at cstarleague.com, of course. So again, starting with the South, we're going to go over to the East side, which I actually do have the brackets up for that right now. So without further ado, it looks like, Carnegie Mellon actually did take out McGill. They ended up 2-0ing them, so they go on to take on Team Campus Dining, which is going to be an interesting matchup for them. And it looks like McMaster went on to advance to face the University of Toronto. Of course, University of Toronto, they are expected to win the East. They are a very big powerhouse over in the East region right now, and they did advance on to the semifinals. So that is the standings for the East. Going to go ahead and go over to the West now, kind of going through those a little quickly. But we had a lot of broadcasts over the weekend coming out from the North and the East, the North and the West here. British Columbia versus Utah, that was yesterday, where British Columbia did win 2-0 against Utah. UC Irvine took out Calgary, as did Simon Fraser over Advancing Technology. And I did not catch the game for UC San Diego versus UC Berkeley. I believe that will be on our website as well, which in fact, I'm just going to go ahead and check it right now because I'm curious. The winner of British Columbia versus Utah will actually be facing the winner of UC San Diego versus UC Berkeley. And looks like San Diego won. So yeah, UC Berkeley is out. University of California, San Diego did topple UC Berkeley. And moving right along, we will go from the South to the East to the West. And we're going to finish at the North because we had some surprising games in the North. Robert Morris University taking on Grand Valley State. Robert Morris University won. Let's get that out of the way. Robert Morris University, they did advance to the semifinals, but Grand Valley State took the first game off of RMU. The one of the biggest teams in the North. They showed a little bit of falter. Grand Valley State. They even gave them a good run in game number 3. Number 2 was a pretty lopsided into Robert Morris University's favor. They had the number for Grand Valley State. West Coast Carry just went completely off on Renekton. If you guys didn't check that out, go watch. It's a learning experience if you're going to go learn how to play Renekton. West Coast Carry dominated as Renekton. But in game number 3, it was very, very close. There was a lot of discussion in the chat at that time saying Grand Valley State, they could have won game number 3 and knocked Robert Morris University out. It didn't happen. RMU, they capitalized on a situation and got themselves the Nexus. So, I mean, that sometimes makes them, obviously, is the deciding factor. If a team can take advantage of one small mistake, and just like Robert Morris did, they can win the game, and that's exactly what happened. So Grand Valley State, I look forward to them next year because they showed a lot of promise in this game in the round of 8 against Robert Morris University. But going on from there, Maryville, they did take out Manitoba, Kansas, over Washington, St. Louis, and Columbia College. And another one that was a little bit of a surprise, Chicago actually beat Columbia College in game number 1, but then Columbia College did come back just like Robert Morris University and win 2-up over Chicago. So it was a 2-1 record in that game for Columbia College and Robert Morris University, but they both advanced, and now they're going to go face each other in the semifinals, and that's going to be Maryville versus Kansas and on the other half of the North Division for the semifinals. So there's going to be some very exciting games coming up, and those should be coming up later on in this week. And I believe the North should be played on the 18th, where we will confirm that on our Twitter at CSL LOL, and of course C Star League. And you can always check it out my Twitter. I'm always going to be posting about it too at PHEQES. Go check that out. But we're going to go on to the Big Ten. Like I said, I'm not going to get too much into the Big Ten because the standings aren't going to be updated until tomorrow. One of my guests today was going to be the support player for Michigan University, but he, again, is busy at PAX. But what I do know is Michigan is out of the Big Ten. They did lose overall 2-1 versus Ohio State University. And if anyone's been paying attention to any of my ramblings, they know I'm an Ohio State University fan. And, Tony's one of my friends. I'll say Tony is one of my actual online friends who's I think he was one of the first games I ever casted had Tony in there, so I do feel bad for him. I love Ohio State University. I am a Buckeye, and I don't know. I'm actually surprised Ohio State University won because I watched the game a couple weeks ago versus Michigan that was actually streamed on the Big Ten Network, and it did not look good for OSU, but they did come back off of stream, and Michigan is now out. Moving on from there, we're going to get into a little bit more of a I'm not going to say sad notes because this is going on to young Ben here. It's not sad. I mean, he got his opportunity to shine over on Team Liquid. He actually did win his game that young Ben played. But as you know, young Ben, he was on UC Irvine. He played mid lane for, I believe it was mid lane for University of California, Irvine. He's been on Team Liquid Academy as well, and he was called up to the main Team Liquid roster recently too, which prompted him to drop out of college. So let's get that out of the way. Young Ben, he left UC Irvine. He joined Team Liquid, and he was the ADC for Team Liquid for about a week, and then they replaced him. So some of you may wonder, where is that leaving young Ben? Now there are reports. Steve, the owner of Team Liquid, Steve, I can't pronounce his last name. I'm sorry, but it is Steve. Has stated that Team Liquid actually did pay for young Ben's schooling. Well, let me just read you a twit longer. Young Ben actually posted a twit longer. One moment here. Team Liquid agreed to pay for my school prior to me signing. This is Young Ben. Team Liquid informed me of the possibilities I would have prior to signing with them. I'm excited to learn under double lift and prepare for the summer split. So Young Ben is optimistic. I mean, he's going to be learning from one of the best marksmen in the United States, in NA really. Given Canada being part of the NA region, I think this is a good opportunity for young Ben. Yeah, he dropped out of college, but Team Liquid, they paid for it. Team Liquid, and I do have friends that work at Team Liquid. Everyone loves working for them, who does work for them. And they seem to take care of their players, their staff, and young Ben is no different. They paid for his college. They're giving him an opportunity still. And young Ben, he still has a bright future in the professional scene. So good luck for him. He did deny a comment. I actually did reach out to him asking if he would maybe shed some light on this, and he said, quote, "Sorry, I don't really want to talk about it at this moment," end quote. And that's essentially all it is. I also tried to get a hold of the director the coordinator for University of California, Irvine. I was able to get that person's email and reach out to them, but I have not received anything back. In regards, I was going to ask about the status of young Ben's position in UC Irvine, if he's allowed to go back or how any of that works. But no one's been able to be reached for comment, and young Ben, again, does not want to talk about it at this moment. So check out his Twitter, check out Team Liquid's Twitter. They'll probably keep you updated. And, of course, like I said, no matter what, young Ben, he's got a bright future ahead of him. So good luck to him, definitely. And be looking forward to see what he does in the future. But moving on from there, we're going to actually go over to a little bit more happier news. Shady from Robert Morris University. He was a support player, amazingly Shady. He was drafted to. Now I say drafted. They don't really draft. They just join. He was called up to Phoenix 1 in the pro circuit. So now that's Robert Morris University support. He's now a professional player. Amazingly Shady. Congratulations to him. And that's actually the second player, coincidentally, second support player on Robert Morris University that has been called up to the pro circuit. Adrian Ma, also from Robert Morris University, also played support. So I actually do have a quote. Drake Porter, who is the coach for Robert Morris University, is also a former NACS coach as well. He's been in the scene for a long time. Quoting one of his tweets, "RMU sends another player to the LCS. Once again, want to go pro? Come to RMU. RMU is the best place to go if you want to go pro." And, based on history, he ain't wrong. You got two really shining bright shining stars down there that have now been drafted up to the NA pro scene. Adrian Ma, he's been to a few teams already, and it's not taking away anything from him that he hasn't stayed on a one team for a good while. It's the fact that he is still in the pro scene. Despite not being on the same team, he's still being able to be a factor in the NA scene. He, players recognize, coaches recognize that he does have an incredible amount of talent, and they want him. They want to try to have a bidding war for him. That's why he's able to go to different teams. So hopefully, Amazingly Shady finds the same sort of success. Definitely congratulations to him. And college is a great place to start for if you want to get into the professional scene. Like I said, it's worked for a couple players so far, a few players actually, as of course they're not the only two to go. Obviously, young Ben, regardless of what young Ben's situation is now, he has a bright future behind him, and his collegiate time as a competitive player really helped him step up his game. So this sort of situation for everyone, ULoL Campus Series, Midwest Campus Clash, it's a great opportunity for everybody, not just for, getting through college, being able to pursue your passion while pursuing your education, but it's also a great scouting ground for some professional teams. Team Liquid, Immortals, Phoenix 1, they've all called someone up from, or at least have some sort of connection to the collegiate scene. So, it's a great stepping ground, great stepping stone for any of the collegiate players to try to get into NA, professional scene. And Robert Morris University so far produced two really good players. So congratulations to them. And again, Amazingly Shady, good luck, and be watching you. I'm really excited for you, man. Good job. Normally now, the latter half of the show, might actually cut this a little bit short. I said it before. I usually have a guest on at this time. I wasn't able to get a guest, fit it in immediately in the nick of time here. I was supposed to have one Deeg, formerly a Sleepy Tony. His real name is Tony, the support player for Michigan University. But he's at PAX enjoying himself. And that's that. So I think that's actually just going to be it for me today. That's going to be a short stream, a short broadcast, just catching you up on what's happening in the ULoL Campus Series. We do have the semifinals coming up this week, so keep in tune for that at CSL LOL on the Twitter, and of course C Star League. You can also follow me at Pheqes Pheqes. I think that's it. So I'm going to go and sign off. Thank you for joining me, and have a good night, guys. All right, that was brief. That was good. Thank you.